Hello and welcome to the workout. I'm Holly Perkins, and today we've got glutes, chest, and tricep exercise. I'm so excited. This is one of my absolute favorites. You're gonna need a circular hip band as well as some dumbbells. If you have an elevated surface, that would be ideal. We're gonna be doing a Bulgarian split squat. So if you don't have an exercise bench, please at least have a dining room chair or a couch nearby where you're able to put your foot up on top of something. All of the other exercises you'll be able to do on the ground. So we're going to be working in supersets today, 2 exercises, put back to back with no rest in between. Your job is to find a heavy enough weight load where the last 2 repetitions of every set are actually challenging. So you want a hard enough weight load that those last 2 reps of 12 reps are hard. Your job is to count out the reps. My job is to guide you and inspire you and take you through the workout. So promise me that you will make sure you are counting out those repetitions. So you're gonna need a circle hip band and a series of dumbbells for all of these exercises. If you're ready, let's get it started. Take your feet separated and let's take a big inhale up, reaching up to the sky. Up, 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 up. Exhale, bring your hands back behind, interlock your fingers, open your chest and hold. Draw your shoulder blades towards each other, reach your chest forward. This is going to allow you to activate the muscles of your upper back, bringing your shoulder blades together, opening up the chest, and relax. Take a big inhale up again, reaching up, 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 up. Exhale it out. And one more time, let's take a big inhale up, but keep your arms up over your head. Exhale, breathe normally. On go, I want you to actively reach and extend as high as you can up towards your ceiling. Hold and continue reaching for about 5 to 10 seconds. Here we go. Go. I want you to exhale, lift up, lengthen up out of your waist as much as you can. Very actively make yourself as long as you possibly can. Extend that difference between the space between your ribs and your hip bone. Reach, 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 and relax it down. Take your feet separated and let's come to a side to side twist. I want you to really focus on just let your arms flow around your body where they go. As you turn away, I want you to activate and clamp down on the glute of the leg that you're turning away from, okay? So really activate your glute, let the arms swing, stand nice and tall, really activate that glute to create the foundation because that allows you to rotate more fully and more safely on your spine. I love this move because it just releases any kind of stickiness through your spine or your hips that may have come from sitting. And let's do one more and relax. Bring your feet together, bend into your knees. My backup dancer is here, I'm so glad. Bend into your knees so that you're lowering your center of gravity and bring your body weight over to one leg and just hold for balance. Look around your space. And I want you to intentionally throw your balance off. Throw your balance off, looking around your space. Okay, the whole point of this exercise is to use your vision to throw yourself off balance so that you have to counterbalance with the muscles of the leg. Looking all around your space, a little bit more, and relax and switch sides. Bend into lowering your center of gravity. Keep your knee bent. My backup dancer is off camera making me laugh. She's trying to hold a hot cup of coffee and do this exercise. You're doing great. And look around your space. Okay, so remember, if you're all like perfectly stable with your balance, you're not doing this exercise right. The whole point is to be off balance so that all of the muscles of your body, all the muscles of that leg and your core have to counterbalance you. That's how they get stronger. Look around your space, keep that knee nice and soft, and relax. Take your feet separated. Take a look down at your feet. Feet should be truly parallel. Bend your knees, stick your hips back, a little arch in your lower back, and let's come side to side, really pressing back through the hips. Does that not feel amazing? Oh my goodness, that feels so good. Oh, isn't that good? Push your hips way back, hips back. Sitting nice and deep, arching the lower back. As that gets more comfortable, you can sit more deeply, reaching way past the toe. The whole point of this exercise is to really activate, warm up all of the muscles of this leg that's bending. So you really want to think about bending into this leg. It's basically a single leg side squat. So I want you to sit deeply, getting your hips down, driving off your heels. You're gonna feel a great stretch on the inner thigh when the leg is straight. Here, couple more. And relax, bring your feet together. I want you to take a big reach up, extending through your spine as much as possible like we did on that first exercise. Take a big step back, coming into a reverse lunge. Press forward, reach super tall, other leg, and we're gonna continue alternating side to side. Make sure that you really reach high here. Reach really high, lifting up through your abs, all the way up. Driving into your front heel. I want you to really think about pressing into that front heel because that's what's gonna activate, prepare, and warm up the glutes, the hamstrings. As the foot steps back, you're getting an opening in your hip flexor. Let that back knee just naturally touch down to open the hip. We're getting the heart rate up here, getting ready for the workout. Couple more. Big reach. One more. And let's get into the workout. Let me show you our first two exercises. You'll need your circular hip band. I will show you the exercises, but I'm going to show you how to step into it first. The best way to get into these, especially if you have a tight band, is to put one around your knee, then quickly stretch your band and step through. Stretch your band, step through, and place it. It's the easiest way to get into it. First exercise is a lateral band step. Feet together. Lower your center of gravity, lower back is arched, booty pop back, and from here you're gonna step with your whole leg, 12 repetitions, and then you'll do 12 repetitions back. Make sure your band is hard enough that these 12 reps are challenging. Second exercise, you can use something for stability if you need to. It's a glute kickback. I want you to give me a pause here. 12 reps, 12 reps. You guys ready? Let's do it. We've got 2 sets. And if you want to get out ahead of me and do a third set, you can. Bend into the knees, lower back arch, take a big step out. 12 reps. One direction. You can also go 6 side to side if you want, back and forth, which is a little bit of what I'll be doing. So if you've got a smaller space, just take 6 steps and then take 6 steps back, right? Sit nice and deep. Really reach your hips back. Sit deep if you need to. If this is too easy, I want you to sit a bit more deeply. Okay. Arch through your lower back, chest stays up. Stepping with the whole leg here. And when you're done, we're immediately gonna go into glute kickback with a pause. Use this for stability if you need to. Bend the knees, tummy tight, kick it back, give me a pause. Big pause right there. Abs nice and tight. Keep your chest lifted. 12 reps. And if these 12 reps, especially the last 2, are not that hard, that means you need a harder band. So if you're new to my workout and there's moments where you're like, this isn't very hard, that's not the workout, that's you. That means that you need to use a more challenging resistance level. This is not a boot camp class. This is not a cardio workout. This is not a workout that's intended to push your limits in terms of your heart rate or your effort level. This is a strength training workout. All of the effort is in the set. All of the effort is right now. And if that's not hard, you need a harder resistance. One more, 12 on each side. Let's take a short break. We're gonna repeat these 2 exercises. Now, you can stay with me in terms of number of sets and speed of the workout. And if you want a harder workout today, you can move a hair faster, reduce your rest, and do 3 sets. But listen, you really should need a little bit of rest. Need a little sip of my beverage. So good. You really should need a little bit of rest in between your sets. If you don't need a little rest, you're not working hard enough, my friend. And that means get yourself a heavier resistance band, take bigger steps, sit deeper, and pause longer on that kickback. Are you ready? Feet together, bend your knees, hips back, booty pop, big step, step nice and low. I want you to sit nice and low. Sit even lower than you normally would. Really low. Really sticking your booty back. Keeping your feet parallel to each other. You don't want to start to turn the toe open. You also want to make sure you're stepping with your whole leg. Don't just step, if you've got a heavy band, don't just step with your lower leg. You've got to make sure you're stepping with that whole leg, especially if you've got a very resistive hip band, okay? Again, 12 in one direction, 12 return, or 6, 6, 6, 6. Okay, good. Stick those hips back, sit nice and low, all the way down. And relax. Okay, second set, glute kick back. Use something for stability if you need to. Bend the knees, tummy tight, give me a big pause. Again, if this is not challenging enough for you, you got to use a heavier resistance band or pause longer. And if you're maxing out on the heaviness of your band and it's not hard and you're pausing, then you can do more reps. If you are limited by your equipment and you're really enjoying that pause here and you can still work harder, that's when you can increase your reps, but it's only when you're limited by your equipment. Yes, you can take a little break, for sure. Abs nice and tight. Make sure that you're keeping the pelvis really locked off, okay? Keeping the pelvis locked off. The only thing that's moving here is your leg. Squeezing that glute. And relax. Short break. If you want to do a third set, you can do that in a moment. Let me show you the next 2 exercises. Go ahead and remove your circle band. Get rid of that, and let me show you the next 2 exercises. So, first exercise, you are going to want a heavier set of dumbbells here because this is a very powerful exercise using a lot of the major muscles of your body. You're gonna start with your feet together, dumbbells at your sides, bend your knees. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take one foot back near the heel of your front leg. Front leg is bent, and we are doing what's called a B stance RDL. This is a Romanian deadlift. Oops, sorry, hold on. This is a Romanian deadlift, but we're only doing it on one leg. The back leg is simply stabilizing you. From the front, your dumbbells travel from your side to straddle the leg. Squeeze the glute. Straddle the leg, squeeze the glute. 12 on each side. Next exercise, keeping that heavier dumbbell straight up, drop your shoulders down. We're coming into a tricep extension right here. You definitely want to make sure you have a heavier dumbbell for that tricep exercise. Make sure you're relaxing into your shoulders. You ready? Grab both dumbbells. We've got B stance RDL first, feet together, bend your knees. Take one toe back towards the heel. We're working your front leg. Coming into a Romanian deadlift here with a little bit of an arch in your back. Squeeze the glute. So we're just focusing on the front leg here for 12 repetitions. Front leg, 12 repetitions, okay? Abs nice and tight. Shoulders drawn back and down. Keep those shoulders really drawn in. Even though those arms are coming forward, you still want to keep your shoulder blades towards each other. 12 reps, and then we're going to go right to the other leg. Stepping forward, feet together, bend your knees, other toe back, front leg is bent. Slide the dumbbell down to straddle mid-shin, and then I want you to squeeze your glute at the top. Squeeze your glute at the top. Arch in your lower back. Squeeze that glute, making sure that you finish the move, coming all the way upright, keeping those shoulder blades together. 12 reps. Arch in that lower back. The hips are really reaching back, then pushing forward. 2 more. Second exercise is your overhead tricep extension. Keeping one heavy dumbbell, or you can even double up 2 moderate dumbbells and come into your press here, okay? Straight up. Ooh, that's heavy. Straight down and straight up. Make sure that you let your shoulder blades release down towards your hips. Shoulder blades towards your hips, tummy drawn in, really extend up. Nice and long at the bottom and extend. Abs drawn in, extend. Extend, yep. Abs nice and tight. 12 reps here. If this is not hard, what do? That's your cue to get a heavier dumbbell, right? Then if you're limited by the weight of your dumbbells at home and your current equipment, then you can do more repetitions, okay? But this really is a strength training workout. I really want you focusing on using hard weight loads. You really should almost be cursing me at the end of each set. You should almost think you can't complete the last 2 repetitions. If you're blowing through your last 2 repetitions and it's doable, you're not using a heavy enough weight load to really tax and challenge your musculature so that it gets stronger. Getting ready for our next set. How did that first set feel? Can you go heavier? If you cannot because of your equipment, you're gonna pause at the bottom. Okay, pausing at the bottom on both exercises. And then still, if it's not hard enough, then you can do more reps. Here we go, round 2. Feet together, bend your knees, 1 toe back, coming into that forward bend, arching your lower back, squeeze the glute, 12 reps. This is technically what we call a hip hinge, which means the hip is hinging. You're actually not bending over. The hip is pulling you back, and that causes your upper body to come forward. You're not bending over. You're pushing your hip way back, driving into the front heel, so that front heel is staying pressurized to really activate the glute and hamstring. Chest is up, hips way back, squeeze the glute. Yep, 12 reps here. 1 more, and then we're gonna go to the other side. What are you doing? Bend your knees, hips back, and drive forward. Slight bend in that lower back, little bit of an arch, letting your hips really reach back, tummy drawn in, okay? It really takes a lot of focus and effort to keep your tummy drawn in here at the bottom of the move, okay? Especially when you're bent over, it's really hard to keep the core drawn in. I want you to brace by drawing your abdomen inward, especially at the bottom. That helps you to get that lower back arch. And one more. And relax. Let's go to that tricep overhead extension. Again, if one of your dumbbells is a little light, you can always obviously use a heavier dumbbell. And then if you're limited, you can double up and crisscross your dumbbells to make them a little bit heavier. The dumbbell is coming down between your shoulder blades and pressing straight up for the triceps. Love this tricep exercise for workouts when you're outside of the gym. Now, if you're in a proper gym, there are other tricep exercises I love more, but this is my go-to and my most favorite for home-based strength workouts. It's just such a great exercise for triceps. Big extension, 12 reps. Oh, should slow you down. That last rep, those last 2 reps, you really should get slowed down by the weight of the dumbbell. Short break. Let me show you the next 2 exercises. Right, we did 2 sets, yeah? Right, did we do 2 sets? We did 2 sets. Next 2 exercises, let me show you, and if you want to do a 3rd set of that, go for it. Next 2 exercises, it's helpful if you've got an elevated surface. You can use a dining room chair, you can use a fold-up chair, you can use your couch, anything that's at about the height of your knees. And I will give you alternates if you don't have an elevated surface, but our first exercise is a Bulgarian split squat. You're going to start with your feet together, lower your center of gravity by bending your knees, the top of your toe. You can also tuck your toe back here if you want, but the top of the toe is here. You're going to drop straight down, pressing into that front leg. This is a front leg exercise, 12 repetitions. Then we'll go to the other leg, dumbbells at your sides or at your shoulder. There's my backup dancer. Second exercise is going to be a bench dip. Hands are just underneath your hips. Feet are together. Keep your back near your bench. Push your chest super high. 12 repetitions. If you don't have an elevated surface for that Bulgarian split squat, you're just going to do a traditional split squat right here, which I would say is tied for first place in terms of my favorite 2 split stance exercises. Are you ready? Let's go. Bulgarian split squat first. If you are using dumbbells, you can hold them at your waist or at your shoulders, and this is definitely a challenging exercise. So if you already struggle with this exercise, you can do this body weight only. You don't have to use a weight load on this exercise. Dropping down, driving into your front heel. You want your upper body to have a little bit of a forward lean, especially at the bottom. Remember, this is a front leg exercise, so nothing is happening with your back leg. You're thinking about and focusing on driving into this front leg, especially into that front heel. You may get a stretch on the back quadricep, which is the front of your back thigh. Sit as deeply as you can, keeping your chest lifted. 12 reps. We go to the other side. Step forward, reset, knees bent, other foot back. 12 reps. You're going to notice one leg is better at this than the other. One leg is just going to feel stronger. One leg is going to feel more natural. Abs drawn in, chest is nice and tall. Feeling that stretch on the quadricep on that back leg. Driving into your front heel. After this, you're going to go right into tricep bench dips. Push into your front heel. 2 more. And here we go. Tricep bench dips. Now you can do this from a couch, a chair, anything works for this exercise. Put your hands just under your hips. You want your hands technically, you want your palms below your shoulders, okay? Right below your shoulders. You do want your feet narrow and you do want your knees bent. Straight down, you can do it, boo. Chest lifted. 12 reps here. Now, if your 12 reps are super easy, you can do 15. If 15 are super easy, you're gonna put a dumbbell across your hips And that's gonna weight you down a little bit, just making it a bit harder. Chest lifted, driving into the triceps. Super tall here. Oh, does that feel good or what? What's that? Correct. When you come down, you want to keep your chest lifted and avoid leaning forward. Okay, chest stays upright and relax, short break. So a lot of people get tricep bench dips wrong. The key is to let your legs be bent a little teeny tiny bit because that opens up the upper body to bend deeper. And at the bottom, you do want to keep your chest lifted. You also want to make sure that you're keeping your back close to the bench. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make is they move away from their bench when they do this. So they come forward and back, and that's not what this is, okay? This is a down and an up. Really thinking about lifting your chest up, because when you pop your chest up, where do your shoulders go? Down. As always, one of my biggest mantras, if you know me, is shoulders back and down, and that's the bottom of your tricep dip. Shoulders are back towards each other, retracting, down, depressing, so that you're really getting your upper back and your triceps. Short break, we go for our second set, 12 reps. So if that first set on those split squats wasn't hard and you think you could have done more, get yourself some heavier dumbbells. Let's go. If possible, it's a great idea to start with your weaker leg forward. And if you're not sure which leg is your weaker leg, it's usually the leg that feels less balanced, more unstable. It doesn't feel as like smoothly activated. Just something about it feels a little off on one leg. That's usually your weaker leg, okay? That's the leg you want to start with forward first. Drive into your heels, chest is up. 12 reps, really driving into the front heel. Nice and tall. And switch sides. Set your feet first. Bend your knees, chest stays lifted. Listen, this is a hard exercise. A lot of people really struggle with this exercise, largely because it's a single leg exercise, which makes it hard, but also there's so much balance involved here, right? So just know that if you're still learning this exercise with just your body weight, that is a-okay. I did this exercise probably for 2 years before I really added any weight load to it. This is, I would say, this is one of the hardest exercises you could possibly do in terms of overall systemic challenge, okay? Anything that's single-legged tends to be hard. I mean, this is basically a single leg squat. That's some very challenging mechanics. So just know, body weight only, working on your balance is absolutely a-okay. Hands under your hips, feet are out. You can cross your ankles if you want, or just keep them next to each other. Let your hips come off, straight down, straight up. At the top, I want you to really lift your chest, pushing your chest upward, up, 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 up. Straight down, straight up. Shoulders are back and down right there, okay? We're seesawing. You want to come down to the depth where your upper arm is just about parallel to the ground. That's how deep you want to go. Don't go too deep because it can put a lot of stress and strain on the front of the shoulders. Just until you feel the work in the upper arm, and then you drive up by pushing through the palm. That's how you really hit those triceps. I love this exercise because it's primarily for triceps, back of the arms, but it also gives you such a beautiful front of your arm as well and shoulders. So it's just such a great, what we call complex compound exercise. Next two exercises, we're gonna use an elevated surface for the first. Both of these exercises can be done on the ground if you don't have a surface. Grab your circular hip band, okay? And you're gonna step into your hip band, step through, bring it to your knees, stretch and step, okay? First exercise is a hip thrust with your resistance band. The focus of this exercise is to make sure that you are stretching your band by moving your knees away from each other. Really important. You're gonna use an elevated surface and put your shoulder blades right on that elevated surface from here. Hands are gonna cradle your head. Feet are separated about shoulder width distance apart. You're gonna bring your hips down and under, up and tuck. Down and under, up and tuck. We're actually gonna do 20 repetitions of this today. 20 repetitions, not 12. Second exercise, you're just gonna come up onto your surface and we are gonna do a dumbbell chest press. Now, you can do this exercise from the ground if you want. You've got three options here. You can lay on your elevated surface and do a traditional dumbbell chest press. You can do it from the ground, or you can try me for a new variation, which is you're in the same position as you were for your hip thrust here, but we're gonna do a dumbbell chest press. So the way to set it up is to have your dumbbells down by your hips for that hip thrust. Ready? Get into position. The band is around your knees. Place your shoulder blades onto your elevated surface, or do this directly from the floor. Toes are turned open. Hands are cradling your head. Hips come down, up and tuck. Please count 20 repetitions. I want you to really focus on tucking your pelvis at the top and then untucking it to reach underneath your bench at the bottom. So this is more of like a pelvic rotation. Rotate forward, rotate back. It's about that more than it is about just moving your hips, okay? Yep. So you really want to think about the pelvis rocking forward, rocking back, instead of just raising your whole hip structure down and up. It's not this, okay? It's pelvis under, pelvis tuck. Pelvis under, pelvis tuck. Just like that. Squeeze the glutes. 20 reps here, 20 reps. Count it out. If this is still comfortable for you at 20, you could do 25. You can also use a heavier hip band, but I really do love this exercise with some extra reps. Once you hit your 20, you're gonna grab those dumbbells and go into a dumbbell chest press. Ready? Hips down, grab your dumbbells, or you can, like I said, you can just come up onto your bench and do a traditional dumbbell chest press. Press from here, 12 reps. Drive your shoulders down towards your hips, but keep your hips elevated because this is also going to fatigue the glutes, having to hold in this position. And again, if you're watching this in playback or you don't have an elevated surface, you could just do this from the ground. You can either lay flat and do your dumbbell chest press, or you could push your hips up, hold, and do your dumbbell chest press. 12 reps. Weight load should be challenging. And go ahead and take a break. Have a seat on the floor, put your dumbbells down, and just take a short rest. So again, going into this next set, if that hip thrust with the band isn't challenging enough, I want you to really think about pressing your knees wide. You can do more repetitions. If you have a harder resistance band, that is also a great idea. And if you get to 20 reps and it's still doable and comfortable, That's when you can then do more reps. You can also make it harder by pausing at the top. Just make sure you're really focusing on rocking your pelvis back, rocking your pelvis under, back, under, back, under. Let's go for our second set. Shoulder blades on your surface, anchoring down onto that surface. Feet are about shoulder width distance apart. Okay, cradling the head. 20 reps, here we go. Pelvis under, pelvis tuck. Pelvis under, pelvis tuck. Stretching those knees wide. Pausing at the top if this feels very doable for you. I love a good pause at the top because it just loads the glutes so much. It's really great. Stretch your knees wide. Stretch that band. Just think about stretching the band so that you're keeping tension on it. Stretch that band. Really tuck the pelvis under so that you get all of that onto the glutes. This is more of a hip and pelvis rotation move. A lot of people think of it as an up-down, pelvis up, down, pelvis up, down. It's really more like pelvis rock forward, pelvis rock back, okay? Hips back, 20 reps or more, depending on what feels good for you. Driving under. You're gonna feel some pressure in that lower back arch at the bottom, right here. A couple more, and we're gonna go right into that chest press. One more, ready? Just swing your hips down, grab your dumbbells, swing your hips right back up, go into your chest press. Dumbbells are a bicep curl to your shoulders, hips press, here we go. Keep those hips elevated because that's gonna increase time under tension on the glutes. So even though we're not dynamically using the glutes here, you're still isometrically holding them. And again, remember, you could do this from the floor. Just push your hips up and hold into position. 12 reps, pausing at the bottom if it's too easy. Two more. And relax. Take a short break. If you want to do a third set, you certainly can. Let me show you our last superset. Go ahead and take your circle band off. You can get rid of it, get it out of the way. And next exercise, again, you are going to want an elevated surface. We are doing step-ups. If you do not have an elevated surface for step-ups, you're going to do dumbbell split squats here. And if you did them earlier in the workout already, yes, this is a repeat. That means you're gonna get 4 total sets of split squat. The rest of us are gonna do step-ups. For step-ups, you are leading with one leg. So it's gonna be your left leg up and then your left leg down. And you repeat, left leg up, left leg down. We can alternate if you want, Jill. Left leg up, left leg down. You'll do 12 repetitions, then you'll go onto the other leg. I strongly encourage you to hold some dumbbells at your sides if you can. If you're struggling with your balance, get rid of those dumbbells. Elevated push-up from that same elevated surface or a different elevated surface, we're gonna do push-ups. Feet back and together, and from here, you're just coming straight down and push up. I really love an elevated surface like this. Listen up. Even if you think you're like all tough and you could do great push-ups, these are actually more effective. An elevated push-up is so much more effective for hitting the chest and the arms because it's taking away some of the effort when you're doing a traditional floor-based military push-up. If you've got a great push-up, go for it, but I'm definitely partial to the elevated. Grab your dumbbells, let's do some step-ups, 12 on each leg. Remember, you're leading with one leg. Pick a leg, left foot up and left foot down. You've got 12. Left foot up, left foot down. Now, when you step and stand, I want you to stand up super tall here so that you're really keeping your posture upright. keeping the hips locked off at an angle. So you don't want to bend over and step like this, then stand up, okay? It's all one movement, keeping upright as much as you possibly can. Keep upright. Driving into that front heel as you step. 12 reps. And same thing on the other side. Same exact thing. 12 on one leg, 12 on the other. One of the things that I love a lot about step-ups is they very naturally increase your heart rate. It's just like when you climb a flight of stairs. You know how your heart rate tends to go up if you climb a flight of stairs? This is what's called a level change on the body. And this movement really does increase the heart rate and give you a bit of a cardiovascular boost. This movement is strengthening and reinforcing your mechanics for climbing stairs. So it's just such a good exercise for making you better at going up and down stairs. 12 reps. Grab a heavier weight load if you need to. One more. We're gonna go right into elevated push-up. Dumbbells down, elevated push-up. Hands a bit wider than your shoulders. Feet together, 12 reps. Keeping your shoulders down towards your hips. Neck is long and relaxed. Push from your chest. Draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Drive through your palms. Shoulder blades towards each other. 12 reps. Short break. Assess. How do those 2 sets feel? Was it doable? Do you feel like you need a break? If you don't feel like you need a break, grab some heavier dumbbells for those step-ups. If you're doing your push-ups from the ground, please make sure that you're keeping your shoulders back and down. There's such a tendency to do your push-up from here. This is where we get into shoulder injuries. One of the reasons why I don't teach a lot of traditional push-ups is because I've seen too many shoulder injuries over the 30 years that I've been coaching people. It's just an ineffective exercise, in my opinion, when you're doing it from the ground in a traditional military style. Elevated or with knees bent on the ground, I find so much more productive, especially for women. Let's go into our second set. Grab your dumbbells if that feels right for you. No shame in the game of doing this body weight only if you need to. Absolutely a-okay. Stepping all the way up. 12 reps, standing super tall. Think about leading with your chest. Chest is up. Leading with your chest. $12 reps or more if you're limited by your dumbbells. And if you've got lots of equipment and you want this to be more challenging, you can even put a barbell across your shoulders. I love using a barbell for this exercise. 12 reps, and then you're gonna hit the other side. Going right into that other side. If you need a little break in between sets, in between legs, totally cool. But part of this exercise is to get the heart rate up. Focus on pressing into that front heel. Imagine there's a string on the top of your head that's pulling you upward to keep that posture all the way up. And one more, and let's go in for that second set of push-ups. Feet are together, hands are a bit wider. The bottom of your push-up should be here. Elbows are below your shoulders. A push-up is not here. This is not arm position. This is arm position. It's also not down here. That's a chaturanga in yoga. That's fine. This is a push-up. So your hands are a hair wider than your shoulders, but your elbows are angled down. Elbows angled down. Drive through your palms. Keep your neck relaxed. Shoulders towards your hips. Halfway there. 12 reps. Use your breath. Abs drawn in. Last 3. Push through the palms. Going to the depth that feels right for your body. And relax. Walk it out. Take a short break. Grab a drink of water. Keep it moving. Stay nice and strong. Walking it out. And take your feet separated. And let's come into a spinal twist. We're just gonna cool it down here. Relaxing your shoulders. Just let your arms release and fold all the way around you. Squeezing through your glutes. Nice and relaxed. Full twist. And relax. Take a big inhale up. Exhale, bring your hands back behind you like we did at the beginning. Interlock your fingers, extend them back, open your chest. Opening up that chest to undo any of that forward pushing. And release. One arm comes up over your head, bring it down in between your shoulder blades, pull it towards you so that your fingertips move lower down your spine. Hold for that stretch. And release, same on the other arm. Fold it towards your spine. Use the hand to deepen that stretch. And relax it out. Let's take one more big inhale, deep inhale up. Exhale it out. Thank you so much for joining me. If you would like to join us live for one of these workouts, come on over to hollyperkins.com/free workout, and you can join me and my friends off camera for a live workout on a coming Saturday. I'll see you then. Have a great day.